Shooter, Uncomfortable News with Hugh Asnan and Theodora Kelly.
Hello and welcome to Uncomfortable News. I'm your host, Hugh Asnan.
And I'm Theodora Kelly.
On this episode of Uncomfortable News, we got guest Joe Perez of the band Banshee Bones and Sal Baxter of salsphotos.net.
Dr. Fuck examines Black Sabbath's new record.
We got Darth Michael with his special report on Star Wars Episode 7.
The band Panic Movement is here to rock some bras off.
I eat a cupcake in one whole bite.
I'll show you what happens when Guttermouth goes bowling.
All this and more on this episode of Uncomfortable News.
But first, to keep our male viewers interested, here's some tits and ass. This episode's Tits and Ass are brought to you by the drummer of Guttermouth and Hello Kitty. Send us your tits and ass to uncomfortablenews@gmail.com.
Well, Joe Perez of the band Banshee Bones stopped by, had a couple beers with us, and talked about his band and fellatio.
All right, well, Theodora, we're going to bring out our first guest, Joe Perez. Come on in.
Cheers. Cool.
Theodora, did you know Joe is from the band Banshee Bones?
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, he is. And Joe was kind enough to bring along some of his band's merch.
As requested.
And yes, and I'm very excited to see this merch.
Well, what we have here, we have some stickers that was made. The logo was made by our merch girl, actually. Very talented artist. Her name's Harmony.
All right.
And
shout out to Harmony.
Shout out to Harmony for making
one for you.
The logo. Very cool. Very nice of her. Would you like one?
Yes,
brought
thank you
some
very
for
much.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you. These are really cool.
Sharing is caring.
My hands are slippery. I'm not very coordinated. Can somebody? How can you get the sticker off?
It takes a certain type of
Yeah,
person.
thank you, Theodora.
It takes a person like you.
You're technical
But it
skill
takes, I think.
type person.
Aha! There you go.
For at least this interview, I'm going to be wearing a Banshee Bones sticker
Beautiful.
to show my support for one of my favorite bands in Los Angeles.
I'm not. I support them in here, and your sticker just fell off you.
Well, there you go.
So much for your support.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully that's not something telling. It's all the
I think
sweat.
It needs to stick on your pant leg.
It is a little hot.
Well, forget it. It is hot in
It was
here.
just too hot to make the sticker
I'm
stick, I
dying.
guess.
Okay, now here is your CD.
Yeah, this is our EP right
Oh, wow, there. Let's see.
Life and Limb.
Which one is you on the cover?
I'm actually not on the cover. All the artwork was shot in Vermont
Oh, wow.
before the band formed. The band was formed in Hollywood. And, but it came out real great. Actually, Alice Cooper just received a copy of this and he loved the art.
Well,
It's,
Alice Cooper, that's not bad.
yeah,
So-
pretty cool. He's the
Yeah.
man.
What is the origin? What is behind?
It's a Venetian mask, but the plague doctors also used it.
Wait, whoa. What? Please again for the camera.
Venetian mask.
Yeah. So what is the symbolic?
So the symbolic of the black and white is when you put the mask on, or when you meet somebody, you never know if they're a good person or if they're a bad person.
So it's kind of like the yin and the yang.
Yes.
Do you believe that everybody sees good people and bad people equally?
No.
Well, that's good enough for me. So tell me about the you on tour.
So we got
with
this
gig.
we got this project, and we're gonna be talking about sex and drugs and violence and rock and roll. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Yeah.
I go, oh, this one time, since we live in Hollywood, these two girls were visiting from Sweden. And we had met them at a party. Our bass player kind of got friendly with them. We started hanging out with them. That party ended, and then the next day, I kind of spotted them at a bar across the street. So I go over there, like, hey, what's up? So we have a few drinks. Before you know it, this girl wants to blow me.
Now, how does this
In
proposition come about? She just goes up to you and
She pulls me around to the side of the wall, like this.
Okay.
And she goes, "I'm gonna blow you."
Oh, wow.
And I go, "You
My
can't
technique is
do
all
that."
Man, it's so much easier than it
She
really
goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna blow you." And I go, "No, you can't blow me in front of everyone right now. My friends are here. I had like a few teachers that were there. I'm like, you can't do that. I know it's like your first time here." And so she got super pissed off that I would not let her blow me, and she walks away and starts making out with someone else in the band. Super upset. And after she left, another girl came over and started talking to me, and this girl was like falling over super drunk. I'm like, hey, you should go home. Like, I already got this other girl here, and like, it just got to be a lot. So then, after she's done making out with other band members, she comes over to me. So, you know, the bar closed, and then she's offered to walk them home. Being a gentleman, you know, they're in Hollywood.
You're a real gentleman.
They're in Hollywood, you know, I didn't want anything awful to happen to them.
Aww.
So me and another band member walk up.
Who isn't the bass player, by the way? If you're doing the math at home, you've only got 2 members left.
Yeah, so we walked these 2 girls home, and one thing led to another, and then she is blowing me, and you know, the other band members with the sister in the same room, we're kind of like looking at each other like, I don't know what's going on here. This is kind of weird, but whatever.
Do you regret that?
I do. I wish I would have high-fived him.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of hand-eye coordination.
Elevated your relationship right there.
We are a lot closer than other relationships in the band.
Well, I hope for your sake and for the sake of rock and rolldom in general that things like that continue to happen between you and all of your bandmates.
I do too.
I'm so happy that you came by.
Thank you for having
very
me.
much.
I'm so happy to
Ladies and gentlemen,
here.
Joe Perez from Banshee Bones. Ba-bang, ba-boom. Thank you.
That was great, Hugh. I like the way you handled Joe's merchandise.
Well, Theodora, I do like sticky stuff all over my chest.
And with that said, here's Dr. Fuck's examination of the Black Sabbath album.
I really enjoy saying that.
Thanks, Theodora, and say hello to Hugh for me. And hello to all the Uncomfortable News viewers out there. I am Dr. Fuck from the band Thrash or Die, and this is the Healthy Metal Report, my first one. And I can't think of a better band to do it to than my all-time favorite band. And as I am filming this, they are the #1 album on the Billboard charts in the US. Unbelievable. I'm talking about the band responsible for all you metalheads out there liking metal. What band is that? It's not Blue Cheer, and it's not Led Zeppelin. It's Black Sabbath, man, and this is their new album. And I'll be honest with you, I was totally against the idea of them making an album without Bill Ward, with Ozzy singing. It was totally against my beliefs because it's all about this guy right here, man. It's all about him and Geezer, Tony, and Ozzy. All 4 are the only 4 that can make this. Now, I have the deluxe edition because I have a review channel where I review a bunch of Black Sabbath albums, and I said I was not gonna buy this. And somebody, and I won't name his name, he wants to stay anonymous, that's a fan of my reviews, actually bought me this. He went way beyond the Call of Duty. It is a slow grower, but you know what? I love this album now. And I think it would have been better with Bill Ward, because the only thing that does upset me about this album is that the drums are too safe. Bill Ward was very adventurous. Let me put this down before I throw it down in anger. And but I think the songs on here are really good. The drummer of this is Brad Wilkes from the band Rage Against the Machine. Good drummer, man, but he's no Bill Ward. And nobody can replace Bill Ward in Black Sabbath. I'm sorry, when it comes to the original Sabbath, it has to be all 4. And it does suffer from the drums, but the songs, the riffs, even Ozzy sounds good on this, and Geezer does some great bass lines and some cool lyrics. I've heard some people say that his lyrics are cheesy, this and that, but you know, I wonder what those people would have thought if they released After Forever on this album, where he says, would you like to see the Pope at the end of the rope? Do you think he's a fool? Where everybody loves those lyrics now, but I think if they were released today, people would say, oh, that's cheesy, you know, so forget those people. All I gotta say is this album's really good. You have to listen to it more than once. Shit, it took me more than a dozen times for me to actually like the single that they first released, God Is Dead. When I first heard it, I was like, oh no, this is horrible. But now I actually like the song, and I like the whole album. My favorite tracks, I would say, is Dear Father, End of the Beginning I love, and Live Forever I love. I like the whole album, basically, and it has like 3 bonus tracks, but the Best Buy version has a 4th bonus track called Nativity in Black. And all I gotta say is, anybody out there that loves Black Sabbath or loves heavy metal, Black Sabbath fucked your mom. All went in your house while your dad was at work and impregnated your mom. Impregnated my mom too. They were busy guys. All you metalheads out there, every one of you. Your dad is Black Sabbath. All four of them. Your mom's a whore. Hey, my mom's a whore too for Black Sabbath. I mean, geez, to this day, your mom and my mom, when they think of Black Sabbath, they leave a snail trail. The people that do not like metal, your parents are kajagoogly. So that's it. I am Dr. Fuck from Thrash or Die. Back to you bangers at Uncomfortable News.
Thanks, Dr. Fuck. Very informative. Hugh, do you concur?
Well, I guess I do. In fact, Theodora reminds me of my last colonoscopy. Very thorough.
Speaking of assholes, here's J-Man, rock and roll motherfucker, with his bone to pick.
Alright, so I heard in the news T-Mobile's buying goddamn Metro PC S. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fucking is.
I was thinking about switching Metro PCS, but now that it's T-Mobile, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. T-Mobile motherfuckers and bottom feeding scourge of the earth all day. I see all these goddamn T-Mobile motherfuckers with their horrible goddamn customer service and shit. They're glued to their goddamn phones and they're texting each other, hey, blah blah blah, your mom blah blah your mom. Rather than having a goddamn face-to-face motherfucking conversation. Excuse me one goddamn minute. What the fuck is this shit? Have we gotten that goddamn unpersonalized that we gotta stare at some digital device that's got us connected to the ether world of your bullshit and what the fuck? What happened to goddamn human goddamn to human inner action? Friends and shit.
Cheap ass motherfuckers.
Don't know how to socially interact with motherfuckers. That bitch is not quite empty yet, but it should be. Anyways, my goddamn bone to pick with this shit is all these motherfuckers spend the entire goddamn time at the table at the restaurant. Just typing and texting all that shit. It's glued to the goddamn phones. I'm coming up, hey, you want something to drink? Oh, I'm clickety-clackety. Typing in, texting. Clickety-clackety. And then all that motherfucker, you came here to be fed. I'm here to help you. Pay the attention, asshole. Fuck that. Fuck you. Are we that detached from the world that we don't even know common social etiquette?
Biscuits and eggs, motherfucker.
That's my bone to pick, asshole.
Thanks, J-Man. I guess for now I'll stick to communicating telepathically.
I don't have a burp, fucker.
Anyway, earlier this month, my band, the Theodora Kelly Project, played a show at La Habra Bowl with the Radioactive Chicken Heads and Guttermouth. I took a camera, and what I saw was so intriguing it made me ask, where was I?
Legendary punk band Guttermouth returned home to La Habra, California to play this year's Gutterball Fest. Everyone in town showed up to wish them a warm welcome, even the local police. There were fist bumps, high fives, positive vibes, and a whole lot of slamming. Dirty Hammer opened the show for the hungry crowd, followed by Broken Patron Saints with local favorites Doggy Style and the Radioactive Chicken Heads, who were gracious enough to bring everyone pastries. The crowd was so loving and enthusiastic they all wanted to reach out and touch Guttermouth, which could have caused some technical difficulties, but thankfully local promoter Kevin Mendoza prevented any mishaps by creating a wall of hugs to subdue the crowd. Thanks, Kevin! Guttermouth played their hits and the fans loved it. Some fans even started a game of Ring Around the Rosie. One fan started a game of tag, but sadly no one wanted to play with him and he was put on time out. My band, the Theodora Kelly Project, closed the night. The crowd was so lively they were falling over with excitement. At the end of the night, I thanked all my friends and there were hugs and high fives all around. Overall, it was a fun night. Now back to the news.
Hey, Thea, that was a great story. In college my nickname was Guttermouth.
Really? Why?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, my nickname was Cootermouth. I get those two confused because of the smell. Earlier we talked to Sal Baxter of salsphotos.net. Sal's a great guy, documents the rock and roll scene, everybody loves him.
All right, Theodora. Well, now we're going to have our second guest.
All right, second guest.
Yeah, well. That guest is Sal Baxter of salsphotos.net. Sal, come on out.
So, Sal is the celebrity photographer of the punk rock scene, as I call him. And you have, what, 400,000 photos at salsphotos.net. So, what kind of shows do you photograph generally?
Mostly punk rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of action going on.
Top 5 favorite bands you photograph? Quick, top of your head.
It's not about the music. You understand? It's not about the music. It's about what I'm shooting is
Right.
the performance. I'm shooting the picture. I'm trying to capture a moment. And so some of my better shots are actually people that really don't know how to sing or even play an instrument, but they know how to perform. And I'm shooting performance. I'm trying to lock that.
That's cool.
Lock that moment in, so you see that shot.
Talk about your nifty device you use to take photos.
This was something. It's just a standard monopod.
Standard monopod.
It's a monopod, but what made this was this head I put on it because the camera will roll any angle. And so
Right
I could turn
on.
it, and I mainly got this so I could shoot drummers because most of the time drummers don't get good shots because the camera, especially with digital cameras, the digital camera will pick up on the autofocus points. Will pick up on the drum set, but doing this, I take this pole and I go up over the top. And I shoot the drummer downward, so I'm not shooting through the drum set, I'm shooting down the drummer, and now I'm getting all the tops of the drum, the cymbals, the tops of you can see the blood stains on top of the drums.
What I would like to say at this point is you guys never met each other, right?
Not until today.
At this point, well, you guys look beautiful together, by the
You
way.
do.
I say.
Alright.
Two
We
of
should
my
hang out more often.
favorite men, sitting here and looking. Now, the thing is, I don't know how often you get. What are the clubs that you play usually?
The Joint in West Hollywood.
How often
Shot
do you
there.
get out there, Sal?
You go to the Joint at all?
Yeah, it's on Pico.
and
Yeah.
Robinson, yeah.
And I was wondering how much you had delved into it because I'd like to discuss.
Delved into what?
Delved into that little scene, that little circle, because I'd like to discuss what you've seen, in the scene, some of your favorite bands.
Are we talking about pay-to-play issues?
No, I was talking about what our producer said the subject was gonna be. That I fucking
Pay to
what the
play.
fuck?
Yeah!
Hey, fuck off! Give me that!
Wow.
Give me that! Yeah! It's real.
That's what we're supposed to
fuck?
talk about. You stick to the cue card.
Hey, how about what the fuck?
All right.
Keep rolling!
Security. All right.
Theodore, take over.
Yeah, so I have a podcast, Antisocial Commentary, that I do, and a big...
I'm getting wasted!
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Trying to plug my show here.
Yeah.
Okay, but one big issue we talk about is pay to play. So some artists seem to think that the only way they're going to make it is to sell tickets.
Ladies,
So how do
big
you guys
venues.
feel about that?
I don't think that's true. I think the way you're gonna gain a following and a fan base is just plain free show. Like we do a keg party. We'll do a free show, buy a keg and everyone comes and gets drunk and watches us play. And we promote ourselves. We wear the masks. We walk down the boulevard with their masks on. And the whole traffic stops and they look at us. And
That's a good
pass
way
out flyers and
To get exposure just walking around with
But
his
I don't
mask?
pay to play. You're just giving
Love those
someone else
fancy
money
phones, guys.
just so they can give someone else
Oh yeah,
money. and-
I think it just hurts the economy of being a musician
Absolutely.
altogether.
It's sucking the life out of
Yeah, it
the
doesn't
music.
just affect, it
sucks.
affects everybody. Because, it's just destroying the economy and we're not gonna be able to make a living at all.
Nope.
So I'm really strongly against it.
Yeah,
How do you
I
feel,
hear
Sal? Does this affect you at all? Probably not.
Bands came to play, Sal.
Well, pay to play.
Yeah.
My
He
version-
looked at me when
my
I
version
said
of it
that.
is when I show up at a bar and they say it'll be $7 to get in, and I say,
No, thank you.
really? I'm coming in to work. I'm coming in to advertise your bar
Right.
Right.
and the bands that are playing in your bar to help
You're
you
volunteering.
and the whole scene. And you're going to charge me $7 to come in. I said,
They go absolutely.
there's I've shot about 190 different bars, and any bar that says that to me, if I can't talk my way in one way or the other, then it's there's plenty of other places to go, and I always book 2 shows a night anyway.
Right.
So if I can't shoot there, I go to another bar.
Any final thoughts? Would you like to
Pay
say?
play. You can come to any show you want of mine.
Thanks.
And everyone here too.
Yeah, same here.
I'm in a
Cheers.
great mood right now. I love it here.
Great interview. And it's great Joe stuck around and discussed that pay-to-play bullshit.
Yeah, it is great. You know, Joe and Sal, they're great guys. And unlike me, they don't have to pay to play, if you know what I mean.
No, I don't. Is that like hand therapy or something?
No, it isn't.
Anyway, Panic Movement was here earlier and we got to discuss their new album, Sensation Generator. And we have Panic Movement with us today.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hello. Thanks for being here.
Hello.
Hello. I like your Rose Queen wave. What song are you going to be playing for us?
We're going to be doing Anarchy Machine and Godhead.
Yeah, take it away. Panic Movement. Heard that Michael Douglas got mouth cancer from updiving.
Is it possible?
How does that affect Panic Movement? Are you guys still gonna, get down?
I'm taking Catherine Zeta-Jones off my sleeve.
Oh, well, yeah, I did too.
We still continue.
All right, that was a great song from Panic Movement. We'll hear another song from them later. But before that, we just want to remind you that here at Uncomfortable News, we like to keep you in touch with what's really important.
And what's more important than Star Wars?
Well, here's Darth Michael with his special report on Star Wars Episode 7.
Thanks, Hugh. Give Theodora my regards. Uncomfortable News viewers, this is Michael from RetroBlasting.com, and I'm here with your Star Wars Episode 7 special report. We've all heard the news. George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney. Disney greenlit a new trilogy and gave Episode 7 to J.J. Abrams. The fanboys rejoiced. But frankly, fanboys don't think very clearly. They usually rush into bad entertainment with their geek flags flying high. I don't do this anymore. I learned my lesson in 1999 with The Phantom Menace. Now, I do my homework. Many are saying on the internet, anyone's better than George Lucas. J.J. Abrams is going to make Star Wars films with original ideas and rejuvenated characters. But will he? I mean, will he really? Is he really the genius that Hollywood claims him to be? What kind of Star Wars films will he deliver? To attempt to answer this question, I've gone back to his version of Star Trek. In interviews in 2009, Abrams said he wasn't a Star Trek fan, and that he used his knowledge of Star Wars as a focal point to reinvent Star Trek. That should give us an idea of what we might expect in Episode 7. What was Abrams' Star Trek about? Well, there was this guy who was really angry, and he had this massive spaceship, and he blew up a planet he was mad at. At the end of the film, a new continuity had been established, and from there came the promise of new and original stories with Captain Kirk. Now we have Star Trek Into Darkness. Terrible title. But what is the plot? Well, there's this guy who's really, really angry, and he has this massive spaceship, and he tries to blow up a planet he's mad at. Wow. Abrams has really hoodwinked the audience with this franchise. Not only has he recycled all the characters from Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan, even though he promised us that he was setting up new and original stories with this brand new continuity, he's even ripping himself off by recycling the plot from the last movie. Since we know he was inspired by Star Wars when remaking Star Trek, it's clear he's already used up all of the major Star Wars tropes. There's a really bad guy with a really big spaceship, and he likes blowing up planets. And he's really, really angry. I imagine Episode 7 is going to follow that same course. So if I was to roll the dice, I would say that probably what's going to happen is someone's going to want to take vengeance on Luke Skywalker, maybe go after his kids, and he's probably going to have a really big spaceship. And in order to, exact his vengeance, I bet you he's going to try and blow up a planet. Oh, original. We also know that the original cast, Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher, have signed on to play Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and Princess Leia as their older selves. Fanboys are jazzed, but this doesn't sit well with me. Has Abrams demonstrated any respect or understanding for characters he didn't create? In Abrams' vision of Star Trek, Spock is making out with Uhura in the elevator, which is hardly Vulcan-like behavior. Then you've got Dr. McCoy, who Abrams has punished down to a cameo in these movies, when in the original series and in the classic films, it was Bones, Kirk, Spock. It was a trio, and that power trio carried the drama. Not anymore. And while I'm on the subject of Captain Kirk, he's neither smart nor compassionate, which were two key traits of the Shatner portrayal. In an interview with The Daily Show, Abrams admitted he wasn't smart enough to appreciate Star Trek as a teen. He admits he dumbed it down in his remake. His writer, Damon Lindelof, apologized publicly for the gratuitous T&A he put in the recent sequel, and admits he missed the mark as a writer on what makes a story important. Are these the guys we want behind the wheel of Star Wars? The fanboys are saying anything is better than George Lucas. All things being equal, I would agree. However, things are not equal. J.J. Abrams is part of a trifecta of modern, shallow filmmakers that include Zack Snyder and Michael Bay. They know how to write angry characters, and they know how to blow stuff up. Their films rely far too heavily on seizure-inducing amounts of special effects to cover up the fact that the story is paper thin. Wait a minute. Seizure-inducing special effects. Paper thin story. Sounds familiar. And people, let's not forget the final detail here. As part of his contract, George Lucas is staying on as creative consultant, so he's not completely out of the picture. Looks like the more things change, the more they stay the same. Back to you guys, Uncomfortable News.
Thank you, Darth Michael, and may the Force be with you.
I just hope there's an Ewok movie. They're so cute.
Well, I'm gonna throw up.
Well, while he throws up, let's hear some more music. Here's Panic Movement with their song Good Head.
That's Godhead.
Oh, well, wishful thinking, I guess. Take it away, Panic Movement.
I like to sum things up here. I think that you have to be careful when getting on a pogo stick in public. You have to be precise when you share intimate moments with a coworker. In conclusion, I wish for you and all of our friends and viewers to have a wonderful time and dance and fuck.
Oh my God. Now did you see that? I mean, now how disgusting was that? He put the whole thing in his mouth.